On this special live interview program with the Oyo State Commissioner of Police, we want to look at the state of security in Oyo State. How safe is Oyo State, especially the Operation Amotekun that is going to kick off on the 9th of January. What is expected of you as a citizen of Oyo State? How safe is the Southwest region? What is expected of you within this period when this operation will be in force? What are you expected to do? Okay, let me quickly give us a background. In September, the Southwest governors converged on Akure, the Ondo State capital, and they had a meeting following the series of happenings in the Southwest region. You will recall that in June, gunmen murdered the daughter of Paruben Fasurati, and of course, it drew the eyes of so many persons at that time. In the Southwest region of the country, the governors converged and took a decision that things cannot just continue this way. Something must be done. Of course, there were cases of kidnapping, including the abduction of a lecturer at the Obafemi Awolowo University, Professor Olayinka Adegbeyinde, in May. Also, a pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God and 4 others were kidnapped at the Ugbere area of Ogun State. And these and many other issues led to this convergence in Akure, where a decision was taken. And so there will be Operation Amotekun. It's going to kickstart on the 9th of January 2019. We're going to be talking about that. How safe is Oyo State? These and many other issues we're going to be looking at. Join us to welcome the Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, SHINA OLUKOLU, PSC Daga. Thank you so much for your time on the program. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Let's start this way. How secured is Oyo State before we move on to look at the Southwest region?
Well, let me say that the responsibility of the Nigerian Police Force, the constitutional responsibility of the Nigerian Police Force, is to protect lives and property. And the Oyo State Police Command is particularly happy that the governor of Oyo State have decided, in his wisdom, to make security of lives and property one of the main pillars of his administration. And that all of us can see on ground. I can assure the people of Oyo State that the state is safe and secured.
Okay, Commissioner of Police in Oyo State is safe and secured. But of recent, it was said that around Iwo Road axis, around Iwo Road interchange, some persons all in a bid to take over, the garage there, unleashed mayhem on the people of the state. And the people are worried. They are saying, we're told that this group of people are proscribed. What is happening?
Well, you see, I want to give a very brief adage that when you put honey in somebody's mouth and you suddenly take it away and you expect him to just sit down and watch, he won't. He will want to fight to see that he gets that thing. But like I said, it's our responsibility to ensure that lives and property are secured. We are aware of these recalcitrant, proscribed members of a particular group who are bent on causing chaos in the environment. But we won't take that from them, because that particular incident, 4 of them were arrested and they were charged to court. And since then, everybody have decided to stay back and watch, because the police will not allow any group of people or individual to cause crisis in the state.
In the Ibarapa zone of Oyo State or Ibarapa area, as the case may be, kidnapping is rife in that area. And the belief is that, do not travel around that area, to that area at certain period. How safe is the Ibarapa area of Oyo State?
If I sit down here and said everything is 100%, I will not be truthful to myself. Because there is no society that is crime-free. We have one form of challenges or the other in all spheres of human life. Ibarapa, yes, there were breaches here and there. But then, it's also clear, and in the public domain there, that the police have also effected several arrests, recovered arms and ammunition, and many of these people are also being prosecuted. And we are aware of the recent development where we actually, on the field, killed one of these kidnappers, rescued their victim. There was another one where the ransom of 1 million naira that they were going to collect was also recovered by the police, and the suspects were also arrested. What I'm saying in essence is, yes, there are challenges in that environment, but the police are on top of the situation, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that people live their lives in peace and tranquility.
Now, CP, you talked about community policing. The people of Oyo State want to know what your own stance is on this issue of state and community policing.
States, in the policing style we have in Nigeria, is Nigeria Police Force. But then we have commands and formations of the police. The police in Oyo State in particular, for instance, we have very excellent working relationship with members of the public, in spite of issues, challenges here and there, which are often resolved collectively. Community policing, they work with us. They give us very good information, credible information, and this has enabled the police to serve members of the community better. For instance, there was an occasion, and somebody didn't know I was a policeman, because sometimes when I dress up, you don't know I'm a policeman. Said, something happened in my area yesterday, and before I know, 4 or 5 vehicles were there. I hope these people are not playing magic now. That gives kudos to the current administration in Oyo State for their ability to assist the police to respond in time to distress calls, and massively to distress calls. And that has endeared the police once again to members of the public. And we promise that we'll continue to do more.
Is roadblock still in force?
We don't have roadblocks. We don't have roadblocks, but we have what we call the mobile patrol teams and members of Nigerian Police Force on stop and search.
What are they supposed to do on the road?
Stop and search to ensure that stolen vehicles are recovered, criminals are caught short in their track, criminals are arrested on the road, members of the public are secured, and to ensure that the environment is safe and secured for you and I.
Is bail really free?
Bail is free.
Bail is free, because when you get to any police station, you get to see it written legibly there that bail is free. But the people complain that to bail anybody from any of the given police station, it's really not free. Are you aware of these complaints? Have you heard it?
Bail is free. Report anybody that has collected money from you for bail, and that person will be dealt with.
Now, one other issue, you get to hear it from the police officers, perhaps when they are not on uniform. People complain most times that you extort people, you collect money from people, and they tell you, they confide in you when they are not on uniform, that do you know how we service our operational vehicles? At times there are allegations that it's even the top hierarchy that asks the junior officers to go out and come back with returns and all of that. These are issues bothering the people. Is it true? And the people develop sympathy for the Nigerian Police Force, talking about the source of their funding.
I won't sit down here and say there are no challenges. There are challenges. But whatever anyone cannot say outside, then he should keep it to himself or herself. The fact is, there are allocations, the state government is assisting, and individuals and corporate bodies also assist. You are aware of the current trust fund that has just been signed by Mr. President, and the members being inaugurated, and I'm sure that will also help to assist to alleviate some of the challenges that the Nigerian Police Force is facing. However, whoever have issues and cannot bring it to the table, then such a person should keep the issues to himself or herself.
So who are these ones collecting levies at the motor parks?
Well, if there are reports of levies being collected from anybody, such individuals will be dealt with. And I want to bring it to the knowledge of the people that the last skirmish they had was as a result of, I want to collect, you want to collect, and the police moved in swiftly and arrested them. because they were not supposed to be there. And in any case, there is no group that is supposed to be collecting any levy from anybody in respect of the unions of the transporters. However, since they are human beings, and if behind the scene they decided to come together by themselves and take care of their interests or whatever without molesting anybody, and not to our knowledge, once we are aware of that, we will deal with the situation as it requires.
Commissioner of Police, there are some messages here. Let me take one of them. Good morning to you, sir. Please, I want you to repeat the number to call police on emergency case. Thanks. Endeavor to tell us your location and your name whenever you send a text message. What can the people do? Because it happens. You see, people who enter public transport, for instance, and your officers will stop them, especially men of the FSARs. They stop them, stop and search, as you said. They search their bags. At times, they even search their undies, as it were. What can the people do?
The search of undies is not part of the issue here. The issue is this. The police have the right to stop and search individuals with a view of determining whether some of the materials either on you, in your possession, in your bag, or your vehicles are actually your own. Once that is determined, then such a person is allowed to go. If there are doubts and there is need to do further investigations or clarifications, then such a person is taken to the nearest police station or the office of that particular team that is carrying out that stop and search. What I'm particular about is there is law on privacy. You do not just go and say, bring your phone. Oh yeah, open it. What is the pin? Open the phone. Let me see your messages. The law on privacy, you will be breaching it if you continue to do that. And because we are aware, and we don't want to be victim of the law, which we are supposed to also ensure that people obey, we are being careful in dealing with certain situations. However, that does not remove the fact that if we have very genuine and solid, credible information, we cannot work on it. We will work on such information. So but to just stop somebody and say, bring your phone, bring your laptop. Oh yeah, what is your PIN? Open it. Let me see what is there. The law on privacy is being breached, and we will not encourage that. This is not about search warrant. Search warrant applies when we are coming to your house. Under the law, under the act, there is power for the police to stop and search you as an individual without a search warrant.
Okay, let's seize this opportunity to inform our esteemed listeners and those that are watching us. As you're watching us live on Impact Africa Television, channel 181 on Star Times. Of course, you can still watch us via Nicomsat, free to air. Of course, you can also listen to us on IBR 92.5 FM Ibadan. Now, there is this text message here which says, I always come, okay, good morning. So, good morning, sir, from OLUKOLU Hospital side. Please help us tell the Commissioner of Police every time I go police station. Talking about the officers there, they always come behind OLUKOLU Hospital to collect money from motorcycle riders every morning, afternoon, and evening. Thank you, sir. That's the concern of some persons. My name is Ayuba Malik from Ijokodo. There are some touts who smokes and causes menace in the area. Just 2 days ago, they fought and two innocent people died. So please help us. These are the concerns of the people. You want to respond?
Absolutely.
Well, the issue of bail did not start today, didn't start yesterday, and the idea is if you ask some of these people, what is your experience? They will say they said so. And saying so by somebody else is not a fact. It's just that you want to be able to say something from your perception. Sometimes perception is not the reality on ground. We are saying things are getting better. We are not saying there are no challenges. We are saying things are getting better, and they should assist us to make it work better.
So when people go to the police station and any officer asks them for bail,
Yes.
Should they come to LALA to report such an officer or perhaps the DPO to you?
Because of
They do not need to come to the headquarters to give such complaints. People are eager sometimes. We need to collectively fight for our right.
With a
If you have committed if you have committed an offense, the man knows that he has limited time to either keep you there or charge you to court. If you know that what you have done is right, and you don't need to offer anybody any money to regain your freedom, insist that you are not going to pay for that freedom, and let that policeman continue to keep you there.
Commissioner of Police, as we wrap up this program, is there any area that you think sincerely that people cannot travel to? Okay, you live in Ibadan for Okiogun area, you live in Ibadan for Ibarakwa area. Would you advise people not to travel at any point in time, or it is free, people can travel at will?
Well, let me say with all sense of responsibility and honesty that traveling within the state at any point in time is free, relatively safe and secured, particularly when the state government has assisted the command with 66 real vehicles. Because these vehicles are not just only concentrated in Ibadan, they are all over the state. We have strengthened some areas that we felt were a little bit porous. We have, in addition to what has been done, have the communication system where, as I'm sitting down here, I can talk to Shaki, I can talk to Igbeti, I can talk to any part of the state, and they will pick directive and instructions from the headquarters. That also has assisted in passing information real time from wherever an incident is happening. That is why we said that the turnaround time of the patrol teams, the policemen, those not in uniform, SIB personnel who are collecting information, in addition to the tactical operational points that we operate in the state as at now, coupled with the vehicles that I said are just being dispatched and the command control rooms, I think relatively Oyo State is safe and secured.
Now, workers across the country are clamoring for new minimum wage. Some time ago, President Muhammadu Buhari approved a new wage. Nigerians are indeed concerned about the welfare of the police officers that protect them. Has it been implemented? Do Nigerian police officers now have new pay as their pay being jacked up?
Well, I think that would be, such response should come from the police public relations officer, in the sense that the Commissioner of Police or your state command will be concerned with what is happening in Oyo State. Their attitude must change. They must respect human rights. And they must ensure that they perform their duties with professionalism so that they can engender that trust, that support from members of the public.
We must say a big thank you to you, CP SHINA OLUKOLU. This is Daga. Thank you so much for your time. To everyone who's been part of the program, a lot of people tried calling in, but unfortunately we could not accommodate everyone. To those who succeeded at calling in, to those who sent text message to us, our sincere appreciation goes to you. Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of the program. I am Han Uluakpo Homoride.